Hi everyone, how are you all? Welcome to the series of Concept Talk. Today we are going to discuss jet stream. As we all know, jet stream is a very complex topic in nature, and most of the students during the offline classes they are left out from the due to the complexity of the jet stream. So today's session we are try to try to understand very in a very easiest manner what is jet stream and what are the application of jet stream and what are the significance of jet stream and types of jet stream, and also we here discuss the impact, localize the impact of jet stream. Before we starting the lecture, firstly we write down the some PT questions as well as some mains question, because it give you the horoscopic view of the jet stream, and it also at the end of this video we will analyze or evaluate our concept key where we are standing at the end of the video. So firstly I write down one PT question which is very basic question. First is, consider the following statement. First statement is, jet stream is a upper tropospheric vent. And the second statement is, jet stream is more stronger in winter than the summer. Than the summer. Above the statement is and are correct. The option below the statement are A, only one. Option B is only two, and option C is neither one or two. Neither one or two, and D, all of F, all of. Further we move and we take a one mains question as well. One mains question as well. First question is, what is jet stream and its type? Its types. It is very general question, so we take because we try to understand, and after ending this video you have gained something from this video. So we are starting the first question. Look at the first question. Jet stream is upper tropospheric wind, and the second statement is, jet stream is a more stronger in winter than the summer. Whether the statement is correct or not correct, let's find out after ending the video. And the main question is, what is jet stream and its type? It is very basic question. It will help you to build your concept. So let us start jet stream. Before we starting the jet stream, some basic concept. Before we starting the jet stream, some basic concept we need to understand firstly, and then we start. The first concept is this trophic wind. geostrophic wind. And the second concept is PGF. And the third concept we need to understand is thermal gradient. And the fourth concept we try to understand is Coriolis force. The four thing which we need before we starting the lecture. So one by one we will discuss each. The first is geostrophic wind. So now we are starting to discuss geostrophic wind. What is geostrophic wind? Let's find out. Let's try to explain in a easiest manner. Geostrophic word is made up by two words. One is geo and one is trophy. This word comes from the Greek word. Geo is, it means, we all know geo, it means the earth, and this trophy means turning. Turning. The whole meaning of geostrophic, it means that wind which is turning. The wind which is turning. So it means the whole meaning of the wind which is turning. The literal meaning of geostrophic, the wind which is turning. Why this wind is turning, we later on discuss. And we back to the synopsis. There is a Coriolis force. There is a Coriolis force, and there is a pressure gradient force, and there is a thermal gradient force. There is a three basic things which you need to understand. Then we will clearly about, we are clear or we have a better understanding about the jet stream. Here we discuss. Here we discuss geostrophic means, geo means the earth and strophy means turning, which means the whole meaning is wind is turning. Geostrophic wind. Wind is turning, wind which turning. Why wind which turning? So we take a, firstly we take a, what is pressure gradient force? What is pressure? What is pressure gradient force? Here is a pressure. Pressure, it means the air which try to sink or air which try to rise. It it have a some kind of pressure due to the under the impact of gravity. So the air have the molecular weight, and due to the air have the molecular weight, they exert the pressure on the earth. That is why here is a pressure which related to the air. And here is a gradient. What is the means of gradient? Gradient means difference. Difference in, difference in what sense? Difference in the sense of air. And it creates, air difference creates force. I give you the example. It, suppose that here in a equatorial area, here in a equatorial area near the low latitudes, there is a low pressure, or you can say that here the pressure is 750 millibar, because the pressure is always measured in millibar, and here is a pressure is 800 millibar. So as we compare, here is a low pressure near the equator, and you can say that when we move from low latitudes to the higher latitudes, there is a high pressure. due to the difference in pressure, due to the difference in pressure, it creates a force which is known as pressure gradient force. I hope it will clear. I hope it will clear the pressure gradient force. Pressure, it means it talks about the air, and gradient, it means difference, and the difference in air creates a force which is called the pressure gradient force. I hope that will clear. This pressure gradient force, suppose that if Earth is not rotating, suppose that Earth is not rotating, if suppose that Earth is not rotating, here is a high pressure. Suppose that Earth is not rotating and here is a low pressure. Here is a low pressure. In the condition of when Earth is static and the Earth is motionless and Earth is not a rotatory body, then here is a 900 millibar pressure. Here is a 850 millibar pressure, or you can say that 890 890 millibar pressure. Here is a 870 millibar pressure, and the another isobar which is 860 millibar pressure, and here is a 850 millibar pressure. This is the isobar line. What is the means of isobar line? The line which join the equal pressure. The line which joins the equal pressure. Here is a high pressure and here is a low pressure. In this condition, when the earth is not a rotatory body, due to the pressure difference, here is a high pressure and here is a low pressure. When we move from high pressure to low pressure, here, when the earth is not rotating, the pressure gradient force are perpendicular to the isobar line. PGF are perpendicular to the isobar line. Isobar line. Pressure gradient force are perpendicular to the isobar line. If in the condition, in the condition where earth is not the earth is not the rotating body, I hope that will clear. Earth is not rotating body, then the isobar line, the pressure gradient force are perpendicular to the isobar line. So I hope we will discuss two things. First one is geostrophic wind, what is the means of geos and what is the means of strophic. Then the whole meaning is come out from the whole meaning wind which turning, and then we discuss the pressure gradient force, and then we try to also simplify the Coriolis force. What is the means of Coriolis force? Because earth is a rotating body, due to the rotation of the earth there is a creation of deflection in the wind direction. How? I will give you the example to understand. If earth is not rotating body in this picture, then the pressure gradient force are perpendicular to the isobar. When earth is rotating body, then what happened? The Coriolis force act. Coriolis force is a deflective force which change the direction. It is not creating the force, it always act as to change the direction of the wind. Here, the Coriolis force is always a deflective force, and the Coriolis force act in the northern hemisphere. Coriolis force move rightward. So there is a difference in pressure, and the winds are perpendicular to the isobar line when the earth is not rotating. When the earth is rotating, there is a deflection in the wind. There is a deflection in the wind's direction, and due to this deflection, sometime when the intense velocity of wind, due to the deflection, sometime the intense velocity of wind, the pressure gradient force are parallel to the isobar line. The pressure gradient force are parallel to the isobar line, and this is called the geostrophic wind. When the wind is parallel to the isobar line due to the effect of Coriolis force, that wind is called geostrophic wind. I hope that will clear. And we further back to the our synopsis. What is thermal gradient? What is thermal gradient, which is also the major factor to the genesis of jet stream? What is thermal gradient? It is, what is thermal gradient? Basically, due to the thermal gradient, there is a development of pressure gradient force. But here we discuss in a very short manner what is pressure, what is thermal gradient, sorry, what is thermal gradient. In the means of gradients is, we have already done with this difference, difference in temperature. Whenever we whenever we try to, you can say that the calculate the difference, it is mandatory to one, two, or the more things has been available, two or more things has been available. So there is a thermal difference, there is a temperature difference. So I give you the example. In a lower latitude, there is a lot of insulation, there is a lot of insulation. Due to this reason, in the equatorial region, they receive the high amount of insulation. Due to this reason, here is a creation of low pressure, because air when the lower latitudes, the earth receives more heat, it gets heated, the nearby the air are also get heated, and they are rise up, and here is a creating a low pressure. In the subpolar, or you can say that the higher latitudes, when we move from lower latitude to the higher latitudes, here is a, you can say that the sun rays are inclined much more, and the slantiness of sun rays are more. Due to the slantiness of sun rays are more, the amount of insolation is lower. Due to this reason, here is a less amount of temperature. Due to this reason, here is a high pressure. Here is a high pressure, because in a polar region, the slantiness of sun rays is more. When the slantiness of sun rays is more, then in the polar region there is a less amount of receiving the energy or the insolation. When the less amount of energy receiving in the polar region, then air air cannot capable to rise, then the air is always near the surface, it creates high pressure. So due to the thermal gradient, there is a development of pgf. I hope it will clear and you all are understand what we are trying to understood. Here we done with this basics. Now we have short revision, then we enter into the topic of jet stream. Here, what is geostrophic wind? We have done with this. What is PGF? We have done with this. What is thermal gradient? We also done with this. And what is Coriolis force? We also done with this. So I hope that you have the good command on the basics. Let's try to understand the jet stream. Firstly, we make a synopsis and then we explain it. Firstly, we discuss the background, background, background of the jet stream. background of jet stream, and then we further discuss what is jet stream, jet stream, and here we discuss the discovering of jet stream, and after that we also discuss the characteristics of jet stream, and then we discuss types of jet stream, types of jet stream, and after that we also discuss the index cycle of jet stream, and after that we also discuss the impact of or the effect of jet stream, the impact or impact of the jet stream, and last one is we discuss the concern, we discuss the concern related to the jet stream, we discuss the concern related to the jet stream, concern related to the jet stream. Lastly we draw the sweet conclusion, we draw the sweet conclusion of jet stream. Okay, let's further move to the topic of jet stream. Before we get into the enter the definition of jet stream, firstly we discuss the background of jet stream. Okay, what is the background of jet stream? In during the 17th century, the scientist name as Peter Roebuck, in 17th century, Peter Roebuck firstly tell about the jet stream is a ghost wind. It is a ghost wind. Why it is called ghost wind? Because some incidents are connected with this. Because Peter Roebuck ये गया रॉकीज पर्वत पर और वहां पे में हाइड्रोजन के बलून में अपने आप को भर के ऊपर जाने लगा. जब रॉकीज के ईस्ट से ऊपर जाने लगा तो इसने देखा कि एट द सर्टेन पॉइंट ऑफ हाइट दे आर द बलून आर मूविंग फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट एंड द वेलोसिटी ऑफ बलून इज हायर. तो ये किसी तरीके से उतर पाए, and in during the 17th century they called in the upper troposphere there is a presence of ghost wind. So I hope that story give you the some background. After this there is a major development during the second world war. There is a major development during the second world war. During the second world war, during the second world war during the second world war we have in history we learned about the first and second world war, but here we cannot discuss the history aspect of the second world war. Here we pick the geographical significance in the second world war. During the second world war, New York, Uncle Sam, it's a very pet name by me. I used to call USA as Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam attacked by the jet bomber. Uncle Sam attacked by the jet bomber over the Japan. Uncle Sam attacked by the jet bomber over the Japan from east to west. When the Uncle Sam attacked from the jet bomber by over the Japanian territory, they marked some changes. First, when the jet bomber moving from east to west, there is a mark reduction. There is a mark reduction in the speed of jet stream. In the speed of jet stream, there is a mark reduction, but no can understand what's going on, what's happened, and why there is a reduction in the velocity of jet. But when the jet bomber back to their destination west to from Japan west to east, there is a marked there is a marked there is a there is a marked there is a also marked some changes. There is a also marked some changes. What are the changes? Here there is a increasing the speed or the velocity of jet from west to east. But during the Second World War, they marked the changes, but they have indulged into the fight, so they cannot explore more about the this bit. After ending of the Second World War, after ending of the Second World War, they discovered, and the first discoverer of the jet stream, the first scientific statement which is passed on the topic of jet stream is tell by Rostby. That is why we give the credit of jet stream discovery to the Rostby. I hope that will clear. And further, it is completed our background. Here it is completed our background. So here there is a our background has been completed, and then we further move to the topic of what is jet stream. So what is jet stream? Here the jet stream is or are is or are the jet stream is a geostrophic wind which blow on the troposphere from west to east. In general, in in general, in general, in generally, the jet streams are moving. Jet stream is a geostrophic wind. We are already done with the what is the means of just geostrophic wind, which blow on the troposphere from west to east. In general, here there is a important thing. This is not the universally truth, because before we proceeding this lecture, we understood why it is so important the direction of west to east in general. So what is jet stream? Jet stream is a geostrophic wind which blow on the troposphere, near the troposphere near the troposphere from west to east in general. Okay, let's more talk about the jet stream. More things talk about the jet stream. The velocity, the velocity of jet stream is around 250 kilometer per hour. But on those condition on those condition where the thermal difference is more, the the speed of jet stream become twice. Here, the another important thing which is write down, but on those conditions where the thermal difference is more thermal difference, the velocity increase of the jet stream, the velocity of jet stream is increases. There is a three things which we found. Jet stream is a geostrophic wind which blow from the on the troposphere, near the troposphere, from west to east in a general direction. The velocity of jet stream is up to the 250 kilometer per hour. But on those conditions where the thermal difference is more, the speed of jet stream twice become twice. Here, let's we further move we further move what more thing we can add. What is the character? What is the character? What is the character of jet stream? First thing, jet stream, jet stream is a upper tropospheric wind. Jet stream is a upper tropospheric wind. There is a no direct connection on the earth. And the second one is the jet stream. Jet stream is a wavy and meandering wind. And third one is jet stream blue from west to east. And fourth, jet stream are more stronger in winter than the summer than the summer. Here there is a some point which is compulsory to know about the jet stream, the character of jet stream. I hope that will clear, and we further proceed this video. The genesis or the formation of jet stream. We talked about the genesis or the formation of jet stream. Formation of jet stream. How jet stream can be formed? Before we talked about the formation of jet stream, you have to understand the cells of the earth. Okay, where is no? Okay, I will draw here. I will draw here the tricellular circulation. Suppose that here is a 0 degree and here is a 90-degree north as well as south. Here is a 0 degree. During okay, in the equatorial area, throughout the year there is a maximum insolation received throughout the year in the equatorial region. Due to this reason, when the earth gets heated, the nearer, you can say that the nearer air gets also heated. When the nearer air gets heated, it rises here. At this certain point of height, they are pile up, and near the surface there is a low pressure, and here is a, due to the pile up or the accumulating, there is a high pressure. And when here is a high pressure and near the poles, because the poles are, you can say that the earth's surface is geoid. Due to this reason, near the poles the amount of insolation is very less, because the amount of insolation is more slanting towards the polar region. Due to this reason, here the earth's surface is more colder. Due to the earth's surface is more colder, due to this reason airs are nearer to the earth's surface, and due to this reason there is a subsidence, or due to this reason here is a high pressure near the surface, and there is a development of low pressure near the troposphere. And due to this reason there is a high air move from high pressure to low pressure. We already discussed, but here is a 30-degree, here is a 60-degree north as well as south. Here is a 30-degree north. Here is a moving, when the air moving from high pressure to low pressure, they are subsiding on the subtropical high pressure zone, and this subsiding air again move or deflect in both the sides. They deflected, and again this cycle has been regulated, and this sail is called Hadley sail. This sail is called Hadley sail. And here the sinking air is, due to sinking air there is a also deflection in both the direction. Here is also, here is a convergence where the colder colder as compared to the, here is a warmer air. Both they collided, they form front, and the warmer air, with the help of the slope of the colder air, they are moving upward, and they also create, here is a low pressure and here is a high pressure. And when here is a high pressure, here is a high pressure, then again winds are moving like this, and the winds are moving like this, and this is called Ferrel cell, and this is called polar cell. I hope that will clear, because we done with this, or I presume that you all are familiar with these terms. It is called the tricellular model of the air circulation. So, where the jet streams are formed, let's discuss. Jet streams are formed. Jet streams are formed where the thermal contrast is present. Thermal contrast is present. What is the means of thermal contrast? There is a there is a different kind of air masses. different kind of air masses. What is the means of air mass? The air, the column of air or the parcel of air which have the homogeneous character of any area where the temperature and humidity will be same. When the two opposite character of air masses meet together, because when the two opposite character of air masses meet together, it means there is a thermal contrast, because the one air mass which have the different type of humidity and temperature, and the second air mass they have also the different type of temperature and humidity. I hope that will clear. It means jet stream are formed where the thermal contrast is present and there is a different kind of air masses. We also write down this: jet streams are formed jet stream are formed on those places where two opposite 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 character of air masses meet meeting together meeting together. So here I hope this point also has been clear, because what is the means of air mass here? The more focus to the air mass which have the different character of temperature, which have the different temperature and humidity from the other or the other side of air mass. There is a thermal contrast. Here is a 2 point: jet stream are formed where the thermal contrast is present. What is the means of thermal contrast? It means the different kind of temperature and humidity. And what is the air mass? Air mass is the air, the parcel of air which have the homogeneous character of that area. What is the means of homogeneous character of that area? It means the temperature and the humidity of that area will be same. On the other hand, the other air mass which have the different type of temperature and humidity. I hope that will clear. Okay, so let's talk about where this can be happen. This different type of air masses, where can be happen? Here, look at the map. Look at the map. I will pick the color of red because red is more suitable. Here, let's let's try to understand the complexity of jet stream. Here is the rising air due to the intensity, and at the certain point of height near the troposphere it cools, and here is the high pressure, and here is the subtropical region, and here is the temperate region or the subpolar region. 60-degree around is called subpolar region. Here is the convergence of air mass. This air mass is warm and this air is cooler. When both the convergence, there is a formation of front, and with the help of slope the warmer air rises, and here is also development of high pressure. High pressure moves towards the low pressure, and here is a high pressure moves towards the low pressure. Let's find out this air which is moving from the subpolar region, it is as compared to cooler air, and the air which is come from the equatorial region, it is warmer in character. Here is a different kind of humidity and different kind of temperature this air consists, and this air is consist different type of humidity and different type of temperature. So we will find out there is a two opposite character of air masses. One is different kind of humidity and temperature, and one is different kind of humidity and temperature. What is the means of humidity? It means the air which acquires the amount of water vapor. How much any air acquires the amount of water vapor? Humidity, it refers to the amount of water vapor. So here is a different kind of, or the contrasting air mass. Here is another kind of air mass. When the two opposite air mass meet together, there is a point, there is a point, there is a point where they try to mix up, but due to the different type of character, they are formed jet stream. They are formed jet stream. The first jet stream is found near the subtropical region. And look at the second jet stream. Where the second jet stream are formed, try try to understand. Here is a sinking air, because here is a amount of insulation is very less. Here is a sinking air, and the sinking air, when the air sinks and diverges towards the subpolar region, and this is the cooler air, and this is the air which come from the subtropical region, it is warmer. Both the converging and the warmer air, with the help of slope of cooler air, they move here. And here is a high pressure. Try to understand, here is a high pressure, and due to this reason, here is a high pressure and here is a low pressure. Winds always blow from high pressure to low pressure, and winds always blow from high pressure to low pressure. Due to the convergence of this air, here is a development of polar frontal jet stream, and here is a subtropical jet stream. There is a two type of jet stream. It is called primarily jet stream because Rossby discovered about the polar front jet stream. Firstly, the first jet stream is discovered as we know, the polar frontal jet stream, which is formed by the two contrasting air masses are meet together. Here is the basic thing about the jet stream. Let I will consume more time to focusing on how the formation of jet stream. The jet streams are formed on those regions where the two contrasting air mass are meeting together, and they cannot mix. If they cannot mix, they try to, all both the air masses are trying to approach both of the areas, vice versa. So we found the subtropical jet stream and we found the polar frontal jet stream. So let's back to the our synopsis. What is jet stream and character and types of jet stream? Let's talk about the types of jet stream. Types of types of jet stream. Types of jet stream. There is a two type of jet stream. One is permanent jet stream. One is permanent jet stream, and the second one is seasonal jet stream. Why it is called seasonal jet stream, we talk about later. Seasonal jet stream. What is the means of permanent jet stream? Permanent jet streams are those who present throughout the year. Those jet streams which are present throughout the year between, here we also discuss, between 20° northern to the poles, 20° north to the poles. There is an expansion, or the you can say that the extension between 20 degree north as well as south towards the poles. There is an area of the jet stream. And what is the seasonal jet stream? This type of this type of jet stream are formed in a specific condition like summer or the winter, and they have the localized effect also. They have the localized localized impact. Here is a universal or the global impact. Here is a universal or the global impact. There is a some kind of difference. I hope that will clear. We also discuss permanent jet streams are two type of jet stream. One is subtropical jet stream, and the second is the subpolar subpolar jet stream. These streams, subtropical jet stream is 30 degree north as well as south, and here is 60 degree north as well as south. But which is notable one thing which is notable, the extension extension the extension of jet stream is regulated. The extension of jet stream is regulated by the shifting 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 of sun's rays. What is the means of shifting of sun rays? It means when the sun, the apparent movement of sun in the northern hemisphere, the jet streams are moving upward. When the apparent movement of the sun rays are towards the tropic of Capricorn, the jet stream jet stream are slightly moving southward and down as well. Okay, I hope that will clear. And again, what is seasonal? What is seasonal jet stream? Seasonal jet streams are basically three type of jet stream. Most of the books have referred to the polar night jet stream as a permanent jet stream, but during these type of jet streams are only found on those seasons where the 6 months longer night period has been created in the polar region. Due to this reason, I have categorized in the seasonal jet stream. The first one is polar night jet stream, and the second one is easterly jet stream, and third one is cross equatorial jet stream. So one by one we have to discuss. Firstly, I give you the some synopsis or the picture which are helping to understand the jet stream. Here, look at this picture. Here is a warmer air, here is a colder air. Both have the contrasting temperature. Here is a different type of air mass because this air mass is warmer and this air mass is colder. So I hope that picture give you the great understanding about the jet stream. Further we move, and firstly we discuss the index cycle of jet stream, and then we talked about the types of jet stream. What is the means of index of index cycle of jet stream? Index cycle of jet stream. What is the means of index cycle of jet stream? Index cycle of jet stream are basically based on the four successive period or the four successive development stages of the jet stream. It talks about the successive, or you can say that how the jet stream get more matured and how the jet stream get ended. It talks about the journey of jet stream. So index cycle of jet stream talks about the journey of jet stream. So there is a four stage, there is a four successive stage of formation and the end up of the jet stream. The first stage I will talk about, the first stage, the first stage of jet stream. What is the first stage? The first stage where the in the upper troposphere where the two opposite character of air masses meet and there is a streaming, because here is a, suppose that here is a colder air mass, here is a warmer air mass, and they are moving like this from west to east. Why they are moving from west to east? Because because of the thermal gradient, because of the thermal contrast in the polar region as well as in the equatorial region. And the first stage is there is a convergence, and the stream is, what is the means of stream? Stream means the constant uh, stream. It means the fluid nature of anything. We have already discussed in the fluvial topography. We talked about the fluvial, anything which are fluvial in the same direction, or anything which are meandering, anything which are wave like in a fixed direction. This is the first stage. The second stage of the index cycle, the second stage, second stage where the waves has been created. Why the waves has been created? Because the warmer air, the nature of warmer air, the nature of warmer air to rise up, it develops, it develops, it develops the crest, and here is a colder air mass which try to approach. Because the colder air mass are heavier, they subside. Due to this reason, there is a development of trough and there is a formation of wave, and in the second stage there is a development of Rossby wave. And the third stage of jet stream index cycle, the third stage, the third stage of jet stream is the mature stage of jet stream, which is there is a development of, there is a development of wave like structure. Here is a warmer approaching towards the pole, here is a cooler approaching towards the equatorial region. There is a development of spiral meandering, there is a development of spiral meandering. Here is a cold air mass and jet streams are flowing in the mid part of the mid part of the here is a development of warm air mass, and here is the development of cold air mass. There is a meandering, and the fourth stage is the stage of ending or the left out of the jet stream. Fourth fourth stage fourth stage there is a development of, in the fourth stage there is a breaking of jet stream, because there is a development of breaking of jet stream. It means some, here is a double, some jet streams has been left out. Why? Because they are approaching towards the warmer air approaching towards the poles, and the cooler air approaching towards the approaching towards the low latitudes, and here is warmer air approaching towards the poles. And this story has been at the condition of ending, because there is a four stage. I hope it will more complex, but I will try to sum up in a very, you can say that the easiest method. So I hope that will clear. And again we back to the discussion of the types of jet stream. The first type I will show you in on the map. It will more easier. It will be more easier. Where the picture has been. Where is picture? Here. There is a development of here. Here is a subtropical jet stream. I hope this hazy picture is look looking clear. Here is a subtropical jet stream. There is a meandering. There is a meandering, and it is a circumpolar because they flow around the earth. Here is a polar jet stream. So we will further move to the synopsis and discuss these winds. Okay, I hope we will understand more. One is polar jet stream. Polar jet streams are, first thing, polar jet streams are found 60° north as well as south due to the frontal collision of air masses, and it also deeply connected with the temperate cycle. We'll talk on later. And the second one is subtropical jet stream. Subtropical jet stream. This jet stream is found near the 30° as well as south, or you can say that this belt is shifting according to the shifting of the sun rays. They are formed by the converging of opposite air mass. Converging of opposite air mass. Opposite air mass. And it will help in a rabi crops during the winter western disturbance. Rainfall is associated with the subtropical jet stream, which we will discuss in the section of the monsoon mechanism in context of Indian climate. And further, we move to and discuss the polar night jet stream. Polar night jet stream. Polar night jet stream. Let's try to understand what happens and what's going on during the polar night jet stream. Here is a word is night. Night means the 6 month period of night, because sun's rays are shifting in the southern hemisphere. Here, look at what happens. Here is a 90-degree north pole. During the summer, during the winter season, in the polar region, there is, due to the slantiness is more, during the polar region the sun is never never shines on the top of the you can say that the surface of the polar region. And due to this reason, here is a extremely cold air is near the surface. Due to this reason, here is a high pressure. And due to the shape of the earth, due to the shape of the earth, the sun rays are approaching in the stratosphere. The sun rays are falling down in the stratosphere because the earth shape is geoid. Due to this reason, stratosphere airs are gets heated and they create the low pressure. Due to this reason, there is a contrasting high pressure to the low pressure. Due to this reason, this jet stream are formed. I hope that will clear. And it is known as the, also it is known as polar vortex, because it move around the north pole. Again, be back to the seasonal jet stream. Seasonal jet stream. What is the means of seasonal jet stream? It means the type of jet stream which are formed during the some specific season. The first thing is we discuss easterly jet stream. Easterly jet stream. Let's talk about the easterly jet stream. What is the easterly jet stream? I give you the some picturesque view about the. You also practice within the 2 minutes. There is a during the during the during the summer season. During the summer season, the sun rays are perpendicular, falling down on Tropic of Cancer. Due to this reason, here is a Tibetan plateau, which are more warmer, because in the Tibetan plateau there is a formation of sinking zone of the air, because Tibetan plateau is barren land and the albedo of the Tibetan plateau is at the lowest level. And summer season, and during the summer season there is a Tibetan plateau is heat up more. Near the surface it develops high pressure. Above the surface in the troposphere there is a development of high pressure. When there is a development of high pressure, winds are moving towards the outwards on the from the center, outward from the center. And this wind can move like this, and they cross equator, because in the southern part of equator there is a winter season. There is a winter season. The surface in the winter season, the surface develops the high pressure, and the atmosphere above the surface of the high pressure is developed low pressure. There is a development of low pressure. and winds are moving from high pressure to low pressure. And when the winds are accumulate here in the southern and the Madagascaran region, there is a subsidence of air. When the subsidence of air near the near the Madagascar, there is the creating the strong low pressure. When there is a creating the strong low pressure, here is a moving the trade winds are southwestern trade winds are sorry southwestern north there the direction is southeast to northwest. They are moving and they are crossing equator. Here is a development of ITCZ, and here is a strong subsidence of high pressure. This strong subsidence of high pressure pushes more strongly towards the southwestern monsoon and hits and approach the Indian continent or the Indian subcontinent. Due to this reason, it pushes the southwestern monsoon more strongly. It, you can say that the kept the more humidity from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Due to this reason, the more amount of rainfall received by the Indian subcontinent during the summer season through the easterly jet stream. That is why we tag give the tag to the Tibetan Plateau. The Tibetan Plateau is a engine for the Indian monsoon burst. Tibetan Plateau, Tibetan Plateau is the engine for 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 monsoon burst. I hope that will clear. But we talk more extra information on the topic of monsoon mechanism. I hope you can understand the limitation of mine. And the last one is Somalian or the cross equatorial jet stream. Cross equatorial jet stream. Cross equatorial jet stream. We further use some picture. I hope, yeah. It is also known as a Somalian jet stream. Here, in the during the winter season, the Somalian highlands, there is a development of higher pressure, and here in the Madagascar, near the Madagascar, there is a development of low pressure. Due to this reason, the winds are moving high pressure to low pressure, and it is strong. The southern hemisphere's trade winds are pushed. Here is a Somalian jet stream. There is a development above the Somalian jet stream. There is a development of high pressure. In the near the Madagascar, there is a development of low pressure. The winds are moving from high pressure to low pressure. Due to this reason, there is a development of high pressure, and these southern trade winds which are try to meet in the zone of ITCZ, they are strong because of this phenomena, and this phenomena pushes the southwestern trade winds towards the India more strongly. Due to this region, the Somalian jets also contributes for contributes on the monsoon burst. I hope that will clear. And again, we back to the synopsis. What is the where is our synopsis? Let's find out. Yes, here is no. Here is our synopsis. The impact of jet stream. We also during the lecture there is a lot of impact we have discussed, but one by one we also discuss the impact of jet stream. Impact of jet stream. Impact of jet stream. The first impact of jet stream, it will help to the in, intensification. It will help to intensification. It will help to the intensification of temperate jet stream. There is some buffering temperate jet stream because of first time I shooted this video. It will help to the intensification of temperate cyclone, not jet stream. Sorry, temperate cyclone. And the second statement, second thing is jet stream. Due to the effect of jet streams, there is a some area there is a development of anticyclonic condition. There is an anticyclonic condition where the anticyclonic condition where the subsidence, here is a where the cold air subsided, there is a development of anticyclone. Where is a horizon of the warmer air, there is a development of cyclonic condition, not cyclone, cyclonic condition. We also discuss the point of western disturbance. Western disturbance, it will also help during the winter season. During the winter session, winter season for the Rabi crop. The fourth one is easterly jet stream. The fourth one is easterly jet stream, which help in monsoon burst in India. There is also contribution of the Somalian jet stream. I hope that will clear, because I want to sum up all the complexities in one lecture. We further move to the concern of the jet stream. What is the concern related to the jet stream? What is the concern? There is a concern on related to the climate change. Due to the climate change, due to the constant increasement in the temperature, due to the climate change, the temperature of earth surface is constant increasing, continuous increasing. Due to this reason, the thermal contrast has been lacking. The difference in air masses has been lacking or the weakened. Due to this reason, jet stream currently the jet streams are weakened. When the jet streams are weakened, then all the phenomena which is associated with the jet stream are affected due to this reason. And the conclusion is jet stream is, in this time, the jet stream discovery has been, you can say that the impact of jet stream or the discovery of jet stream or the scientific research on the jet stream is going on. And we found only, in this time, you can say that the jet stream have, we have the less information about the jet stream, because the discovery or the research is going on. So I hope this video give you the great optimistic view about the jet stream, and my, you can say that the small effort give you the lot of enjoyment as well as the informative video. Thank you so much.